New Year, Gudi Padwa, and any other which I miss in the regional expressions with which each of us celebrate the beginning of a new year, hoping that this new year brings all of us better days. We are today following up on what we had commented last evening. We are coming up with an elaborate press conference on this only because yesterday we had very clearly said the BJP welcomes the court's order in reopening the case against Sri Jagdish Tytler, a senior Congress functionary. So senior that he is a special invitee, permanent invitee to the Congress Working Committee. Also, as an office bearer, is independently holding the charge of the AACC website, if I know right. And therefore, it is definitely, we are talking about a very important functionary of the Congress. In this, just to set the background clear, we are talking about what came to be known as a communal riot, but actually a Congress-sponsored, one-sided massacre of the Sikhs, where about over 2,700 people were killed. And these numbers are not disputed, as these numbers are the numbers which were given by the commissions themselves. So we are not speculating on numbers, we are not inflating numbers. And the ruthlessness with which several commissions have said this, so I am not adding spice to it. Several commissions have said the ruthlessness with which, despite curfew in many areas, despite section 144 in many areas, Congress leaders led the violence. And in fact, many eyewitnesses who deposed before various commissions have said that even as the news of the unfortunate death of a Prime Minister spread, Congress functionaries were distributing among themselves voter lists, distributing themselves what was then some kind of a ration card, school registration information, just so that they could identify the houses of the Sikhs. And tragically reminding us of those horrible days of Jewish repression in Germany, the Nazi attack on Jewish repression, you would have heard of, houses being marked with symbols. Delhi saw the gory spectacle of houses being marked with S to identify which were the houses which were occupied by the Sikhs. All this has been deposed in the various commissions. I am not, cooking it up here. With this kind of a well-planned attack in mind, Congress leaders were seen going around parts of Delhi, and we are talking only about Delhi, although 1984 anti-Sikh riots happened all over the country. Punjab, they saw violence lasting for more than a week. I am repeatedly talking only about Delhi. And here, such was the nature of the violence that burning tires were put on the neck, around the neck of the people, Sikhs who were killed. And women and children and men lost their lives, properties, and so on. There are, of course, various different other things which we may add in this, discussion or engagement that we have on what happened in 1984. There was a committee which even said insurance coverage was not given to people, small businessmen who lost their property, business houses, small business centers which were burnt, could not get even their insurance. And the committee at that time had even asked the government, which was Delhi Union Territory under the administration of Congress at that time, requested the government to take action to say, please let insurance companies be given some kind of a instruction so that they can get the insurance cover. The government was so insensitive that they did not even facilitate that much. But aggravated causes such as burning tires on people to kill them, distributing addresses, marking houses, and to add salt to the injury, not an action being taken against them, in spite of what? 9 commissions and committees altogether. Since 1984, there were 9 commissions and committees formed. One to file cases, one to identify who were involved in it, one specifically to see how many people died in the whole process. 2,733 exact number given, but no justice. This many number of commissions. Why? Every time the commission came up with its report, whether it is Marwa committee, which was abruptly stopped, and the proceedings or whatever they had collected, partly given over to Justice Ranganath Mishra committee, and so on, we can go on. So many committee, all of them gave inputs, all of them probably very clearly indicted a set of congressmen, whose names the press release that I am giving you will definitely have it. I will recall for our benefit: Sajjan Kumar, Kamal Nath, late HKL Bhagat, all of their names were given here. But no action was taken. And today we are seeing the reopening of a case which relates to Jagdish Tytler. But if this is the way in which violence had spread during those days, unabated, army was called after 3 full days. In some areas and in some others, after the 4th day army arrived. If the administration was really geared and committed towards the safety and security of people, and in Delhi where there was no dearth of people, no dearth of armed forces, you still have the army coming in after 4 full days. The administration, when the violence was going on, looked the other way. There is no doubt. The Congress administration looked the other way. And very clearly, action could not even be initiated even after the Prime Minister called it a tragedy in the Rajya Sabha in 2005. The Prime Minister, after the submission of the Nanavati Commission report in 2005, if it is August, I think it is August, I hope I am right in that, had said that it was a major tragedy and assured that there will be action taken against those who are named. But after that statement of Dr. Manmohan Singh that it was indeed a tragedy, clean chit was given to Jagdish Tytler, and the CBI no doubt helped the process. We have explained how the CBI had been repeatedly misused in pushing under the carpet very clear evidences which were emerging against these leaders. No cases were filed. Even yesterday, when the court ordered the reopening of the cases, they have observed that the CBI failed to record the statements of eyewitnesses. Eyewitnesses who were terribly scared to be in Delhi, who emigrated to the United States, who are in New York, and in December 2008, under severe duress and compulsion, CBI went to New York to record their statements. So, very clearly the Congress had not left any stone unturned to protect their lot. Till today, justice is not given to those victims. People are being threatened. I've in fact recalled an instance in 2007-8 when the CBI went to Sri Sajjan Kumar's house. Congress workers garrowed them, locked them up, threatened them saying, if you are going to do anything adverse against my leaders, you will face consequences. In fact, that committee had to be wound up after that. These are very clear instances of how Congress leaders and workers at various different levels have ensured that action is not taken against people who have been named by witnesses in the anti-Sikh riots. The Congress party left no stone unturned to protect them. They have misused the CBI in this cause. We welcome the judgment yesterday, the order yesterday to reopen the case, and therefore, we ask the Congress party today, tell us if the former Prime Minister's statement that when a big tree falls, the earth is bound to shake, has not inspired, has not provided the inspiration for your workers to go on a rampage, killing Sikhs all over in Delhi and in Punjab and many parts of the country. If therefore the Congress party today tells us that in spite of the so-called apology, and I hate to say this, the Prime Minister belonging to the community of the victims, through him, if the statement was made in the Rajya Sabha that it is indeed a tragedy, Congress party will still have to say a lot of things as to why they delayed it for so long. And one last line here. One can always suspect if the Congress party was aware of the rule that prevails in government, that after 4 years of retirement of an official, no action can be taken against them. Was the delay in taking action against nearly 90 officers, police officers, who were named by not just one committee but two, and of whom 30 were to be immediately suspended? No action was taken. The delay went on till such a time they retired, and by which time the NDA came to appoint the Nanavati Commission, many of them were retired and in fact probably even gifted very plum postings post-retirement. So the Congress party today has to explain a lot of things to the nation. The two other things which coincide in this process is also that the South District in New York has a case filed against the Indian National Congress. Summons were issued to the Indian National Congress together with summons issued to Sri Kamal Nath, who is a minister in the Union Cabinet. In Switzerland, when Mr. Kamal Nath went during Davos conference in January this year, cases were filed against him, even in Switzerland. Sikhs seeking justice all over the world are filing cases, and till today, the leaders of the Congress are being protected. They are not even being questioned by any investigating agency. The Congress party's tactics to provide immunity to its leaders are now getting exposed, and we welcome, therefore, this decision of the court to order reopening of this case. Thank you.